Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, pause for a moment. Just pause. Look at your life right now. How many hours have you spent today worrying, scrolling through job postings, calculating salaries, imagining interviews, stressing over CVs, fearing rejection, chasing one opportunity after another? And in the middle of all that running, tell me honestly, where is Allah in your day? Where is the one who wrote your rizq before your soul even entered this world? You see, we have been taught by society, by fear, by the dunya itself, that success means chasing harder, working longer, competing fiercer. But the Quran says something completely different. Allah declares in His book, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. And whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out and will provide for him from where he does not expect. Surah At-Talaq 2-3. Did you hear that? From where he does not expect. Not from the job you applied to 50 times, not from the connection you're trying to impress, not from the plan you've mapped out in your head, from where you never imagined. My dear sister, my dear brother, stop running after the creation. The creation cannot give you what only the Creator controls. Today I want to speak to your heart directly. No sugarcoating, no long theories, just a simple, life-changing truth. لا تطارد الوظائف اطلب الله رزقك قادم. Stop chasing jobs. Start chasing Allah, because when you chase Him, truly chase Him with your salah, with your dua in the last third of the night, with your istighfar, with your tawakkul, with your obedience, even when no one is watching, then watch what happens. Doors you never knocked on will open. Opportunities you never applied for will find you. Provision you thought was impossible will arrive because it was already written, and Allah never breaks His promise. So let us begin this reminder together, with sincerity, with tears if they come, with a firm intention to change the direction we've been running in. Ask yourself right now, am I chasing dunya or am I chasing my Rabb? May Allah make us among those who seek Him first and watch everything else follow. Ameen, Ya Rabbil Alameen. My dear brothers and sisters, let us speak straight to the heart today about this one profound truth that so many of us carry silently. Rizq is written by Allah before you were born. Before your mother even held you, before your first breath, before the sun rose on the day you came into this world, Allah had already decreed every single drop of provision that would ever reach you. Not a single penny, not a single meal, not a single opportunity was left undecided. It was all inscribed in the preserved tablet, written with perfect wisdom and absolute certainty. Think about this for a moment. We wake up anxious, hearts racing, minds spinning with calculations. How will I pay the bills? How will I secure that job? How will I support my family? We scroll endlessly through applications. We network. We polish our resumes until they shine. We chase one lead after another, convinced that if we just push harder, just one more email, just one more connection, then maybe, just maybe, the rizq will come. But in all that frantic movement, we forget something essential. The source is not the job posting. The source is not the employer. The source is not even our own effort alone. The source is Al-Razzaq, the one who provides without measure, the one who says in His book, and whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out and will provide for him from where he does not expect. Surah At-Talaq 2-3. Did you really hear those words? From where He does not expect. Not from the company you applied to 10 times. Not from the interview you prepared for weeks. Not from the salary package you dreamed about. From a place you never imagined, a door you never knocked on, a path that never even crossed your mind. That is the promise of Allah. He does not need our plans to fulfill what He has already written. He does not wait for our perfection or our hustle to release what is destined for us. Rizq seeks us out just as our appointed time seeks us out. The Prophet told us that provision pursues the servant the way death pursues him. It will reach you no matter what. Yet, how often do we treat the creation as if it holds the keys? We pin our hopes on people, on that manager who might call back, on that friend who might recommend us, on that economy that might improve. We forget that those people are themselves in need of rizq. They eat, they sleep, they worry just like us. They cannot create provision out of nothing. Only Allah can. When we chase the creation so desperately, we place our trust in something fragile, something temporary, something that itself depends on the Creator. And when it disappoints us, as it inevitably will at times, our hearts shatter, anxiety floods in, sleep escapes us, and we wonder why Allah is not helping. But He is helping. He has been helping since before we asked. The delay is not denial. It is mercy, redirection, protection from what we thought we wanted but was never good for us. Look at the stories in the Quran. Maryam, alayha assalam, was in a place of complete seclusion, yet Allah provided her with fresh fruits out of season. Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, fled his home with nothing, yet Allah opened the sea and gave him safety and provision. The companions of the Prophet faced boycott, hunger, and hardship in the valley of Abu Talib, yet Rizq came in ways no one could predict. Through a tiny ant carrying food, through unexpected allies. Time and again, Allah shows us. When the slave turns to Him with taqwa, with genuine fear and love, the provision arrives from unexpected horizons. This is not a call to abandon effort. No, tie your camel, work, strive, plan, but do not let your heart hang on the outcome. Do not let fear grip you so tightly that you forget who truly controls the decree. Rizq was written long before any company existed, before any economy rose or fell. It was written by the one who knows what is in the heavens and the earth, who knows the whisper of your heart before you speak it. So release that burden. Stop believing the lie that your future depends on your resume or your connections. Your future depends on your Rab, and He never abandons those who seek Him. When we truly internalize this, Rizq written before birth, provision promised from unseen sources, something beautiful happens inside. The constant racing slows. The chest that felt tight begins to breathe easier. Peace settles where worry once ruled, because we realize Allah was always enough. He wrote it, He guards it, He delivers it in His perfect timing. Our job is not to force it into existence. Our job is to please the one who already decreed it. Turn your gaze away from the screens and spreadsheets for a moment. Lift your hands in the quiet hours and say, Ya Razak, I trust you. I know you wrote my Rizq before I existed. Bring it to me from where I do not expect and make my heart content with whatever you send. My dear brothers and sisters, imagine this. You have done everything in your power. You updated your resume until every word felt perfect. You sent applications with careful dua before hitting send. You prepared for interviews by reviewing questions late into the night. You networked. You learned new skills. You even took courses to make yourself stronger. You tied your camel firmly, thoughtfully, with full intention. And then, with a deep breath, you stepped back and said, Ya Allah, the outcome is yours. This is the essence of true tawakkul. It is not sitting idle, waiting for miracles to drop from the sky while neglecting the means Allah placed in this world. No, the Prophet himself taught us the beautiful balance when a man asked him directly, O Messenger of Allah, should I tie my camel and trust in Allah or leave it untied and trust in Allah? The Prophet replied, tie it and trust in Allah. Sunan at-Tirmidhi. Simple, clear, profound. Effort first, secure what you can, then full reliance on the one who controls every result. Tawakkul is active trust. It means you do your utmost with excellence, sincerity, and halal means pouring your energy into what is within your reach. And then you release the grip on worry about what is beyond it. You do not become passive, you become peaceful. Anxiety comes when we confuse the two, when we think tawakkul means no action, or when we think action alone guarantees success. Both are mistakes. The first leads to laziness disguised as spirituality. The second leads to burnout and despair when things do not go as planned. When you tie your camel properly, your heart finds rest. You know you have honored the sunnah, striving as if everything depends on you, trusting as if everything depends on Allah. The Prophet did not say, tie it and forget about Allah, nor did he say, leave it loose and rely on Allah. He combined them, action and surrender, in perfect harmony. This is why true tawakkul brings peace, not passivity. Peace because you have done your part diligently. Peace because the results are no longer a burden you carry alone. Peace because you remember that Allah is Al-Hakim, the most wise, and Al-Alim, the all-knowing. He sees what you cannot, plans what is best even when it hurts in the moment. Think of the countless times we see this in real life. A sister applies to dozens of jobs, perfects her skills, makes istihara, and still faces rejection after rejection. She ties her camel every day, updating, learning, persisting, yet the door stays closed. Then, unexpectedly, a completely different opportunity appears, perhaps through a casual conversation, a forgotten connection, or a sudden opening she never pursued. That is tawakkul in action. She did not sit back. She moved forward with effort, but her heart was not chained to any single outcome. When the provision came from another direction, she recognized it as from Allah alone. Or consider the brother who works hard at his business, markets honestly, treats customers with kindness, prays tahajjud asking for barakah, yet sales dip, challenges arise. He ties his camel, innovates, cuts unnecessary costs, seeks advice. But he does not panic or compromise his deen. He trusts, and often in that trust, relief comes, maybe a new client, an unexpected order, or even a better path he never saw coming. Anxiety fades because he knows, effort is my responsibility. Success is Allah's gift. This balance protects us from two extremes. On one side, over-reliance on effort breeds arrogance. I did this all myself, forgetting that even the ability to strive is from Allah. On the other, abandoning effort breeds false hopes, what some call tamanni, wishing without working, expecting rizq while ignoring the means. True tawakkul sits in the middle, full exertion followed by full surrender. It is why the Quran pairs action with trust so often. And when you have decided, then rely upon Allah. Al-Imran 159. Decide, act, then tawakkul. And notice what happens inside when we live this way. The constant mental spinning quiets. Sleepless nights over what ifs lessen. We sleep better knowing we have tied what we could tie. We wake with energy to strive again, not dread. Our du'as become more focused, not frantic pleas to force a specific job, but sincere requests for what is care, for guidance, for contentment, whatever comes. We stop measuring our worth by acceptance letters or bank balances. We measure it by how sincerely we tied our camel and how fully we trusted the one who never disappoints. My dear sister facing endless rejections, my dear brother carrying family responsibilities, keep tying your camel. Keep learning, applying, improving, networking with adab, but keep your heart light. Do not let fear steal your peace. Tawakkul is the gift that turns effort into worship and uncertainty into serenity. Because when you trust Allah after doing your best, you realize He was handling it all along. My dear brothers and sisters, let us come closer to this final truth that changes everything when it settles deep in the soul. Chase Allah first, and everything else follows. Not as a slogan, not as wishful thinking, but as a living reality proven by the Quran, the Sunnah, and the lives of those who truly lived it. When your number one pursuit becomes Allah, His pleasure, His nearness, His commands, His remembrance, then the dunya, including your rizq, begins to rearrange itself around that center. Doors swing open that you never even saw. Blessings arrive from directions you never planned. Provision flows in ways that leave you in awe, saying, Subhanallah, this was never in my calculations. The Prophet taught us this priority so clearly. Whoever makes the hereafter his concern, Allah will make his heart rich and gather his affairs for him, and the world will come to him whether it likes it or not. And whoever makes the world his concern, Allah will place poverty between his eyes, scatter his affairs, and nothing of the world will come to him except what has been decreed for him. Sunan Ibn Majah. Notice the sequence. Make Allah and the Akhirah your first chase, your waking thought, your nightly dua, your hidden tears in sujood, and watch what happens next. Your heart becomes rich with contentment. Your scattered worries start to align. And the world? It comes chasing you, not because you ran after it, but because you ran after its creator. This is not theory. Look at the examples Allah preserved for us. When Maryam, alayha assalam, devoted herself completely to her Lord in that place of seclusion, fasting, praying, turning away from everything else, Allah sent her rizq directly. Fresh dates in winter, fruits out of season, provision appearing miraculously under her care. She did not apply for it. She did not network for it. She chased closeness to Allah, and rizq chased her. Or consider Bilal ibn Rabah, radiallahu anhu, a former slave, tortured, broken, yet his only chase was La ilaha illallah. He did not scheme for status or wealth. He chased Allah through every lash, every wound. And what happened? Allah elevated him to become the mu'adhin of the Prophet, honored in this life and the next, with provision and dignity he could never have imagined. Even in our own times we see it. The sister who wakes for tahajjud consistently, not to ask for a specific job, but to pour out her heart to Allah, to seek His forgiveness, to beg for guidance. She prioritizes her salah even when deadlines loom. She lowers her gaze. She speaks truth. She gives sadaqah from whatever little she has. Then suddenly a message comes, not from the application she sent, but from someone who heard about her character, offering an opportunity better than anything she pursued. Or the brother who, amid financial strain, never misses his prayers, never compromises halal for quick money, keeps istighfar on his tongue. One day, a forgotten relative calls with help, or a long-closed door reopens, or barakah enters his small earnings so that it stretches further than any large salary ever did. This is the secret. When Allah becomes your priority, He takes care of what you used to prioritize. Your salah becomes consistent, not rushed, not mechanical, but alive with presence. Your dua shifts from desperate begging for one specific thing to, Ya Allah, give me what is best for me in my deen, my dunya, my akhirah. Your istighfar increases because you see your shortcomings more clearly in His light. Your obedience deepens even in private moments when no one watches, because you chase His love above people's approval. And in that state, something miraculous unfolds. The anxiety that used to choke you loosens. The fear of, what if I never get a job, fades. Why? Because you know the one you are chasing never disappoints. He says, and whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out and will provide for him from where he does not expect. And whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him. At-Talaq 2:3. Chasing Allah means making Him the lens through which you view every decision. Before sending that application, ask, is this halal? Does it please Him? Before accepting an offer, ask, will this bring me closer to Him or pull me away? In moments of waiting, instead of refreshing your inbox obsessively, open the Quran, recite, reflect. In moments of rejection, instead of despair, make sujood and say, Allahumma inni as'aluka al-huda wa-tuqa wal-afafa wal-ghina. Guide me, make me conscious of You, make me chaste, make me self-sufficient. That is chasing Him. And when you chase Him like that, truly, sincerely, persistently, rizq stops being the goal and becomes the byproduct. It comes quietly, generously, often better than what you once chased so hard. The beauty is in the shift of the heart. You stop idolizing positions, titles, salaries. You start valuing nearness to Allah above all. You find joy in small acts of worship that no one sees. You taste sweetness in dua that no paycheck could match. And slowly, the dunya begins to serve you instead of ruling you. Opportunities arrive unannounced. Help comes from unexpected people. Barakah multiplies what you have. Because Allah loves when His slave turns to Him alone, and when He loves a servant, He makes the heavens and the earth conspire to bring good to Him. So ask yourself in this quiet moment, what am I truly chasing right now? The next email notification, the approval of a hiring manager, or the gaze of Ar-Rahman? Shift the direction. Chase Allah with your mornings, your nights, your hidden moments, your public actions. Prioritize what pleases Him. Salah on time, kind words, lowered gaze, honest earnings, constant remembrance, and then stand back. Watch. The rizq that was written for you will find its way, because everything in existence moves at His command. My dear brothers and sisters, as we come to the end of this reminder, let your heart hold on to these words tightly. La tutaridul wadhaif, utlub Allah, rizquk qadim. Stop chasing jobs. Start chasing Allah. With your salah that you never miss, with your dua in the darkness of the night, with your istighfar when no one sees, with your patience when doors stay closed, with your trust when fear whispers lies. Allah has already written your rizq. It is coming, it is protected, it is timed perfectly by the one who never forgets, never delays without wisdom, never withholds without mercy. So lift your gaze from the screens and the worries and fix it on your Rabb. Make Him your first love, your first priority, your only true chase. When you do, you will find that everything else, provision, peace, purpose, begins to follow you instead of you running after it. May Allah grant us all the tawfiq to seek Him sincerely, to trust Him completely, to please Him consistently. May He open for us doors of rizq we never imagined. Replace our anxiety with tranquility and make us among those who say, Alhamdulillah, in every moment. Ya Allah, make our hearts attached to you alone. Bring our rizq to us from where we do not expect, and make us content with your decree. Amin ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakum Allahu khairan for listening with open hearts. May Allah accept from us and from you.